Growing up, I was passionate about a couple of things, with most of them being gaming, karate, and guns. No, not those type of guns, these type of guns. But there was one thing that I just loved that little bit more. YouTube. I would scroll for hours on end in 2016 trying to find the most badass looking thumbnail for Minecraft I could. Until I came across this guy. PDK Films was a family-run channel by Paul Kowski, who you're seeing in the picture in front of you. His content was very high energy, and a lot of people like myself at the time were very attracted to it, as it was very exciting to watch everything new that came out on his channel. His friends and siblings played characters in his videos, and that created a very communal type of feeling, which made his videos even more attractive. But arguably the best parts of his videos were his humour. Seeing one of his friends run around in the snow and suffer, and then seeing him get buried with a burrito on top of him was absolutely hilarious to me 8 years ago. Combining YouTube, Nerf guns, and Paul's personality made me absolutely hooked. In particular, this video called Burrito Battle was my absolute favourite. Other than this guy looking like and sounding like PewDiePie, let's take it outside. This was by far my favourite scene. And they all lived happily ever after. Aww. Aside from the visuals and the very good editing for that time, this video made me intrigued not because of that, but because of the background music. And as my curious 8-year-old self, I decided to do some digging. Where exactly did I go, you may ask? To the comments, of course. But at that time there weren't 4.3k comments, there was about a quarter of that-ish. And like myself, there were also other people looking for it at the same time. But then I kind of forgot about it. So let's fast forward to 2023, where this guy blows up. Yeah, baby! Jeremy Fragrance absolutely blew up, going from 0 to over 10 million views just in January of 2022. And just like many, I couldn't resist watching him. He was handsome, charismatic, and funny.
But just like you have a girlfriend that is not loyal or a headache, it's just not good.
And as I watched more and more of his videos, I heard it again. The exact same song as in PDK Films' video. So I put my game face on and got to work by leaving a comment asking what the music is. I also contacted one of my friends who was good at music, asking what the instruments were. I don't know how that was going to help me, but I thought I'd do it anyway. Some of you are probably screaming at me, why didn't you just Shazam it? Not that Shazam, this Shazam. Believe me, I tried, but unfortunately every time I did, it just came up with an error. That brings us nicely to February 29th of 2024, which is when I would try to Shazam it again, but would get a different outcome. I had never seen that song before, so decided to search it up. Upon opening the video, you can hear the same track in the background, but a different remix of the song. The channel was very small, almost smaller than my own, and had very little views on the song, which made me quite surprised. I decided to scroll through all the comments as there weren't that many of them, and also all the replies, with this one in particular piquing my interest. Scrolling down the replies, you can also see the creator replied to someone called Burrito Food 666. Now this is where it's gonna get confusing. This video is called Burrito Battle, and coincidentally, a guy called Burrito Food 666 comments on it, asking for the name of the music. I decide to scroll through more comments and see if there are any more clues. Yes, through 4,000 comments. Until I found this thread with 15 replies on it, so I decided to investigate. They were discussing an old game called Skull Hunter, which was made in the early 2010s. In particular, Skull Hunter Ricochet was mentioned, so I searched it up on YouTube. Clicking on the first video, we see a walkthrough of a 12-year-old video made by Pegasus Games, with the same theme song playing in the background. I now found another lead. But before we continue, let's go back to the Sasquatch Brothers video, and the individual called Thomas Lydon Video Art. Upon clicking on his profile, we can see that he's an artist, filmmaker, and musician. Most of his videos contained a vibrant atmosphere, with usually pictures or videos of nature and background music written by himself. I asked him if he had any ownership or any connection to the background music in the Sasquatch Brothers video, and he directed me to a Gmail of the person who he collabed with. I thanked him and decided to get in touch with the so-called creator. I emailed him regarding the ownership of the song and whether I could get the instrumental version for it. They responded saying that they'd be happy to give it to me for a price of $2,500. Now my maths is not very good, but I thought that price was absolutely outrageous. I politely responded and decided to call it a day there, thinking that the lead had gone cold. Also I thought, remember this guy? Since he was looking for it, I decided to tell him where I had found the song. He then proceeded to tell that he had the drums for it for 10 years, but not the full song, and had bought it again. I was gassed. Bingo. Burrito Man was gonna come in clutch and save the day by telling me the song name. Right? So here we go again with the bullshit. But unlike the other person, he didn't give me a final price. I didn't know what to do anymore. As a last-ditch effort, I decided to email Pegasus Games in hopes of at least getting a response and possibly some information. This guy's the real MVP in this story. He suggested to check the credits for the game, which I didn't know even existed, and on top of that, he was also Russian. What a coincidence. I thanked him in his own language and carried on my crusade of finding the creators. I loaded up Flash Museum and downloaded the file for Skull Hunter Ricochet. Clicking the credits in the bottom left of the game, I was presented with 3 names for the music. The Newgrounds account was already gone, so that didn't really help me much. I did, however, manage to find one of them on Instagram and decided to reach out to him asking for help. Very surprisingly, he got back to me, recommending me to a website and also stating that he wrote the second track. I went back to the video and indeed there was a second track that I failed to notice. I'm an idiot. There was a third creator called Musique, who I unfortunately was only able to contact through Facebook. No I wasn't, because it didn't bloody send. I tried to also contact him through email, but he ignored me, so that didn't go too well either. And just when things were looking dark, the GOAT himself returned. Anton had confirmed that he bought the music on premiumbeat.com, which means that it must have been on there. If it wasn't Haim Mazar that composed it, that must mean it belonged to Musique. And so I loaded up premiumbeat.com and decided to search up Musique. He has 493 tracks, which meant that I had to go through all 493 tracks to make sure that I wasn't wrong. I went through 18 pages and over 300 tracks, and then this happened. I had found it. After 8 whole years, I found it. And I didn't have to pay $2.5 grand for it either. The prices for the licenses went as follows, with the most expensive one being $1K. However, I do not wish to use this for profit or anything similar to what Burrito Man 666 did. I want people to know the name of the song and not have to go through the same struggle as I did. Hence, in the description, I have left the name, the artist, and the link for the song and where I had found it. But that will bring our story to a close. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time. Peace out.